Well, good evening, guys. How are y'all? Paul here, Razorback Piper guy. I felt compelled to do this video. I've been thinking about it and thought I just want to talk to you for a few minutes and enjoy a pipe while I do so. I did a couple of videos. My last two videos have been on some really nice pipes that I got. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to, the next time I touch base with y'all, to talk about how, yes, those are nice, and yes, I love them, but they are not necessary. Things like that are not necessary to enjoy this, to enjoy this way of life. And I watched the videos back, and I was very excited. Obviously, I was just absolutely thrilled to be able to get these pipes. But I do not want anybody that may be new to this hobby to have any misconceptions that you have to start out like that, or that you have to be able to get a pipe that costs a lot of money. I did a video, it's probably been 6 or 8 years ago now, on pipe smoking on a budget. And I went back and watched it, and it was 6 or 8 years ago. I just started doing YouTube videos. Camera angles were crap. My screen presence was crap. I was nervous talking to the camera. So we're going to revisit that. We'll leave that one up, but we're going to revisit it again. And I'm going to talk about how to get started on this with extremely little investment. You can enjoy this. You can be broke and enjoy smoking a pipe. And you don't have to be broke. You can just not want to invest a lot of money in it and still enjoy this very much. And like I said, I felt compelled to make this video because I absolutely loathe any kind of snobbery or elitism in any area. And it don't have any place in pipes either. And I hope my videos about my new pipes didn't come off that way. Certainly didn't mean to. We're going to switch gears and talk about the other end of it today. Let me light this up and get going. So, we'll talk about the pipes first. I have got, you can't see it on the camera because my cinematography skills are not great. I'm recording this on an iPhone. And but I have a pipe rack beside me, and it's got 12 pipes in it. I'll bring it up and show it to you. It's got 12 pipes in this rack. And I'm going to show them to you briefly. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking to them. We don't need an hour-long video here. But every pipe in this rack, I'm looking and thinking I didn't pay more than 20 bucks for anything in it. But the quickest way, doing a video indoors, you might get a smoke screen every now and then. But the quickest way to get into pipe smoking and really enjoy yourself is what I'm smoking right here, guys. You don't need a $600 Dunhill. You don't even need a $100 Savinelli or Peterson. You can pay 10 bucks and get a corn cob pipe, and they smoke absolutely wonderfully. I actually recommend them for new people anyway, because the learning curve is a lot shorter. Reason for that, corn cobs don't gurgle. If you start smoking on a briar pipe, your cadence isn't quite right. There's a little learning curve to it. You guys know what I mean that have been around here a while and been smoking a while, but with a corn cob, you don't get that. And you also, it don't ghost. If you like to smoke Lakeland tobaccos or Latakia, corn cobs don't ghost. You can smoke a light Virginia right after it and not be able to tell. So they're great for that too. But they're also great if you don't have a large budget. This pipe right here is 10 bucks. You can get them at most Walgreens. You can also order them obviously from Smoking Pipes and Pipes and Cigars and all the online retailers as well. But you can get a basic corn cob for 10 bucks. And I'm telling you, they smoke absolutely great. The first 2 or 3 bowls, yeah, you might get a little bit of that corn flavor, but that don't last long. But let me show you a few of these pipes. Because another way to get into a good pipe, a good briar pipe, is to visit flea markets and estate sales and antique shops and things like that. That's one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to go through these quickly. Like I said, we don't need an hour-long video. I'm going to go through these quickly and show you some pipes that I picked up for just almost nothing. Some even cheaper than that corn cob. This one right here is a Ben Wade. It's made in London. Some Ben Wades are made in Denmark, and then later they moved the factory to London. So this is one of the London ones. It is an apple shape. It's a pretty short pipe. It's got a little bit of tooth chatter down here, but it's not too bad. I paid $8 for that pipe. Cheaper than the corn cob. And I got a Ben Wade that smokes, and I smoke this pipe a lot still. Now, what you'll find more often is stuff like these. These two pipes right here are K-Woody. These, I believe they used to sell them in drugstores back in the day. I rarely see a new K-Woody. I don't know if they make them or not, really. Don't really know if they're in production. I do not remember what I paid for this Bulldog. This one here I got in a lot. I bought a couple racks and about 10 pipes from an estate sale. And I paid 45 bucks for 2 pipe racks and about 8 or 10 pipes. So, I mean, put the numbers to that. And I mean, you're talking just a few dollars for a K-Woody that smokes pretty good. And this one here, I don't remember what I paid for this K-Woody Bulldog. I promise you it wasn't over $8 or $10. These next two, I got these at a flea market that comes to Conway, Arkansas, down the road from me once a year. These are both Dr. Grabo's. This one here was unsmoked when I got it. I got both of those, and again, it was either $8 or $10. That's about what I try to stay in for those old drugstore pipes. But look, the Briar, you know, just because it's not as beautiful as high-end pipes, they smoke very well. Now I'm going to show you a couple that are just downright impressive and very little money invested. This one right here will always hold a special place for me. And, you know, I'll trade pipes, I'll sell a pipe to fund another pipe and do stuff like that. This one, I'll go to the grave owning this one. And it is not because the pipe's so special, but it's got a little nick right there I need to do something about, just in the finish. But that is a Peterson Shamrock. And it is actually, I'll show you the other side of it, it is actually a pre-Republic, which means you look at the nomenclature on a Peterson, and if they say made in the Republic of Ireland, or they say made in Ireland. Well, it became the Republic of Ireland in 1949. I do not know the exact date on this pipe, but it was made prior to 1949. It is the first briar pipe I ever bought. I was at a flea market in Hot Springs, Arkansas, looking around, did not know anything. Didn't know come here from Zickum when it came to pipes. And I saw this one, and it was in a, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was in a coffee cup. They just had them stuffed down in a coffee cup, stemmed down. Not the way you want to store your pipe. And it had 20 bucks on it. And I didn't know a lot about pipes, but I knew the Peterson name. That's all I knew. I knew, okay, Peterson's popular, people like them, I'm gonna buy it. Then I researched it, found out it's a pre-Republic, smokes fantastic. I don't smoke it all that often anymore, but it'll stay with me forever. 20 bucks for a pre-Republic Peterson. This is another Peterson. I was in Conway, Arkansas, at a flea market and bought that one. That's some pretty cool grain on that one. I do not remember the exact price, but it was at a flea market. It wouldn't have been more than 20 bucks. This one here is a straight billiard. I love the saddle bit on it. It is BB&S is the name on it. I didn't know anything about BB&S. I just know it looked like a nicer pipe than those drugstore pipes. Did a little research on it. It was made by Barling back in the day, and it's probably 40 or 50 years old at least. Again, don't remember the exact price. It would not have been over 10 or 12 bucks. This one I paid a hair more for. I love that long Canadian stem, the silver band. And this one is called a Gresham Giant. And that was made by Comoys. And I think it was between 15 and 20 bucks. 2 more pipes and I'll quit, or 3, and I'll quit rattling on about cheap drugstore or antique show pipes. This one I just picked up recently. Look at that grain on that. That is a Comoys. I was in Little Rock at a flea market. We stumbled upon a flea market I'd never been to before. Found that pipe, paid $14 for it. All right, so I don't know. It is a Comoys Guildhall. I'm not sure how old it is. I don't know if that line's still in production. I just know it's probably at least an $80 or $100 pipe. And it was barely smoked, and I got it for $14. And the last one I'm gonna show you, or next to last, sorry. That one, I had never heard of this pipe brand. It's called Shalom. And the reason it stuck out to me, it's the only Israeli-made pipe that I've ever seen. I picked it up, and again, 8 or 10 bucks. Now, this one here, that is a Ben Wade. I showed you, the first briar pipe I showed you was a Ben Wade that was made in London. This is one of the Ben Wades that was made in Denmark. It is called a freehand. That's what that shape is. It's got that unfinished top that is super cool. I got them at the same flea market in Conway. The grain, I need to polish this pipe up. I need to put it on the buffing wheel because the grain really does. It's beautiful when you wax it up. These are going, I don't know, it's a Ben Wade freehand. It's back when Preben Holm worked for their factory. He's worth reading about if you don't know much about him. He was just a giant among pipe makers back in the day. And those go for $125 to $150 if you see them at retail, like on eBay and stuff. I paid $30 for that pipe. So I just sit here and talk for 8 or 10 minutes about pipes just to let you know that you don't have to go out and drop a bunch of cash, guys. You can get one of these corn cobs for 10 bucks. You can go to flea markets and antique stores and pick up briar pipes for $10, $15, $20. So don't think you got to drop a bunch of money. Don't look at people. You look, there's always people on YouTube who's got nicer stuff than you do. Me too. I've got a few nice pipes. I know a guy personally that's got about the last 20 or 25 years of Dunhill Christmas pipes. 2 of them. Bought 2 of them. One he smoked and one he sits back. And I don't know, different tax bracket than me. But, you know, there'll always be somebody that's got a shinier toy and a prettier thing. And do not let that discourage you. Because with these pipes, guys, you ain't got to break the bank. Get you a corn cob. Go to a flea market and find you an old briar pipe that you can clean up. And you will have a wonderful smoking experience. I know you will with a corn cob. Tobacco's the same way. I can have expensive taste when it comes to tobacco. I like stuff that's not made anymore. And that's never cheap. But you don't have to spend a bunch of money on tin tobacco or aged tobacco. I am sticking with the spirit of this video and everything today. Not only am I smoking a corn cob, what is in it, if I can speak, is half and half. I'm smoking a tobacco that any tobacco store, some drug stores will carry. Half and half, and it tastes pretty good. So you don't have to, there's a company, if you like more premium tobaccos, and I mean, most of us do, there's a company, Peter Stokeby, that sells bulk tobacco. They don't even sell tobacco in tins. You buy it by the ounce. And you can get it for, $2.50 to $3.50 an ounce. So you're not spending $20, $25 on a tin of tobacco. You can get the same amount of tobacco for $6 or $8. It just comes in a bag. When you get it, put it in a little mason jar. That's how you store bulk tobacco. These right here. That's what that half and half's in that I'm smoking right now. You'll need a few other things, but you can see what I've been lighting my pipe with tonight. You ain't got to go spend 50 bucks on a pipe lighter or, $150 on an old boy. They're nice. They're cool. I'll probably end up with one. but you don't have to. I've been lighting this pipe with a Bic the whole time I've been sitting here, and hell, I bet 4 or 5 years of me pipe smoking I did that. And also, don't underestimate good old wooden kitchen matches. A lot of pipe smoking guys that have been around the block forever and old purists, they'll swear that's the only way to do it anyway. Guys, even things like tampers. I mean, tampers aren't but a couple dollars anyway. I've been sitting here using a golf tee. Anything that'll tamp that tobacco down and get you a good ember going. So a $10 pipe, $3 or $4 for an ounce of tobacco, a Bic, and a golf tee. You can be smoking a pipe for $15, $16. You can get started. So don't let videos like I posted before, I'm gonna leave them up because I love those pipes. There is a place for everything. I have got 3 or 4 nice pipes. I've got a rack full of lower end, entry level pipes, and I got a bunch of stuff in between. And there's a place for all of it, and they're all wonderful. And don't think you've got to jump in here and keep up with the Joneses when you see pipe collections. You can do this for almost nothing, guys. I know when I first started, I didn't have anything. I started with a corncob pipe and drugstore tobacco. And while I have progressed from there, I will tell you with 100% honesty, if all they had was corncob pipes and drugstore tobacco, I would sit out here and enjoy a pipe. I'm probably just as often as I do now. So that's what I wanted to let you know, guys. You can do this without spending a ton of money. Tons of options on pipes, tons. Peter Stokkebye has, and they're not the only ones that sell bulk tobacco, by the way. You go on Smoking Pipes and click on bulk tobacco, and there's several. Peter Stokkebye is just one of the major ones. They got a ton of different blends, and they're not expensive. So corn cobs, bulk tobaccos, golf tees, and Bics. Maybe that'd be a good name for this video. I don't know. I don't know about that yet. But that's what I want to tell you. Just felt like I should make a video after making those other two and let you know, yeah, those are fun and those are cool, but you don't have to do that. And hell, I didn't do it for 10 years. It was 10 years before I got a super nice pipe. And like I said, guys, if the only thing I could procure, the only thing I could attain was a corncob pipe and a bunch of drugstore tobacco and some golf tees, I'd still be out here enjoying this pipe. And that, I think I'm to the point where I'm repeating myself, so I'm gonna shut up. All right, guys, wanted to do that for you. Trying to get more content on here. Like and subscribe the video. I probably should have said that at the beginning in case somebody didn't stick around for 18 minutes. But anyway, like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time, guys. Go forth and do good.